Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here in person and on Facebook Live. I'm Edna Sensei, and together with our head minister, Reverend Yasuhiro Yano, we'll be conducting the monthly service for Ikiyami Konko Daijin. Please join us in prayer. Kido Halili. Please open prayer book, page 2, mediation prayer. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Ikiyami Konko Daijin sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Ikiyami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikiyami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikiyami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikiyami Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and references from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living to reflect your divine will with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The brilliance of the heavenly riches of earth, time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth, life and nurture is all. In heaven and earth, the truth that illumines all. For this wondrous world, for these wondrous works, let us praise and change Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as a divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet they may not know the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer a cycle of misfortunes, wages Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, the Konko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world. By our vows to faith and sincerity, he received Kami's great blessings and began a life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The divine parent's great wish was fulfilled. Konko Daijin accepted the call to mediation that leads to mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By making a way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and he not the coming of night. By night we pray for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who suffer, and he not the dawning of day. Though years pass, the world change, he He did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred certificate, a guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of prosperity, the way of mediation of Yami Konko Church. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way, through all the hardships of this world, to pay the body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami. Without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain, invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost, awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us, we are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so earnestly pray. Kido Katie, please bow your heads in prayer.
Praise I pray for the monthly service, we carry Konko life. Carry Konko life, no efficacy kind of come. On behalf of Konko Mission, what you are, I ask you to pray. We gather here today for monthly service for the founding carry Konko life on February 11 to 24. Through this service, we extend our sincere gratitude and acknowledgement for divine work, contribution, and professional President Konko Life, who has visited the world for the well-being of entire humanity through the divine will Tenchi Kaino Kami. We solemnly acknowledge the divine will of the life of Tenchi Kaino Kami revealed to humanity in 1873. Tenchi Kaino Kami stated, although people live between heaven and earth, they are never Kami's blessings. Shrines, temples, and houses all stand on Kami's land. The realities that people concentrate the riches this return to Kami. They suffer hardship to the offenses. Tenchi Kaino Kami, as we carry Konko life, to provide blessings and teaching, so that mankind may prosper. Kami is Kami because of man, and man is man because of Kami. Both are fulfilled through this mutual relationship. Through the founder Konko Life, we have become enlightened to eat the blessing of Kami and have enjoyed blessings in all aspects of our lives. Extend our deep appreciation for the work of authority mediation, the well-being of humanity, and the peaceful world. The divine function has been kept by the spiritual head of the Konko organization in the last 165 years. This year marks the 10th anniversary of the founding of Konko Life. Also marks 141 years since its departure. We extend our prayers in appreciation for the professional services of tourism mediation for the 6th spiritual head of Hiromichi Konko. We pray for his good health and continued services. To also extend our thanks to the ministers who have dedicated their life to spreading Konko prophets at many places throughout the world. The founding minister of this church, the late Reverend Albert Takashi, was initiated into Konko Church and he was to become Konko minister through the truth mediation of the Reverend Masayuki Kikuwada of Konko Mission of Honolulu, and dedicated in her missionary work in Wahima for 32 years, since 1940. To extend our deep appreciation and heartfelt gratitude for enabling us to perpetuate the operation of the church in the last 84 years, through the divine guidance and arrangements, as well as the support and help of the people who have ever established relationship with this church, and the help of all the Vitama Spirit. The Konko Mission Wahima has come thus far. We sincerely ask the life of Tenchikai no Kami, Ikai Konko Lighting, and Vitama Spirit to continue to help and guide us in the progress of faith and further expansion of the Konko faith community in Hawaii. We have been trying to be mindful of any areas of blessings from Tenchikai no Kami and trying to respond in acknowledgement and appreciation of the blessings which we may take for granted. Good ideas, the water we use, the food we enjoy, the air we breathe, the land we live on, the natural resources we use, and the job we have, the family we project, all our normal body function and abilities, all elements of life are possible through the grace and love of life of Tenchikai no Kami. Thank you for the blessings we have enjoyed in our personal and social life. We try to actualize the teachings of our life of Tenchikai no Kami. We accept our presence here today, the many offerings, services in any form, and prayer. For to you, a token of our appreciation and deep gratitude for blessings we receive. Then remind ourselves that Ikai Konko Light is there to help us, aid us, and guide us to be able to deal with any encounters in life. Thank you for your excellent prayer. When the people of the world pray to Ikai Konko Light with a sincere and single heart to fulfill whatever request they have. Please forgive our negligence and ignorance all for the sustenance and blessing we may pray to recognize and appreciate, and reverse the offenses we might have committed knowingly and unknowingly, which help us to reform our hearts to be in line with the heart of the life of Tenchikai no Kami. We also pray that all peace and harmony to prevail through our acknowledgement of divine blessings that state no one is aware of the blessings of heaven and earth, which enable people to live. Come shall our people become aware of the blessings of heaven and earth by having Konko Light go throughout the world, with sunshine in every country without exception. We continue to extend our prayers for places throughout the world that have been experiencing hardships due to natural disasters, crime, poverty, famine, governance, population, and other elements. Here, like for Tenchikai no Kami, please allow us to be of service to you in helping others, an utmost expression of thanks for blessings we are able to enjoy. We pray that the blessed service is God by end.
No. 这就可以给。 Recitation of Tenchi Kakitsuke, page 6.
Kami Konko Churchの神一緒に願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼み。Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, and harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day. Kami Konko Church Tenchi Kamiの神一緒に願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼み。Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, heart grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day. Pray.
Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward our rich and deep. Living under the subjects of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Yami Konko Daishin does not stop for us through the protection of the divine parent in every soul, far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without end into all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our own understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we pray the virtues of Kami, the honor and the power of Kami. Shintoku Sanji, page 29.
仰ぎ祭れば天高く
仰ぎ祭れば天高く愚かみ祭れば主は厚し神の恵みに生かされる身の幸いぞありがたき我が生き神の恩取りすぎ一人も隠る時のなく天地の神の恩守りとき近きの隔てなし神に尽くしみはよろずよにあまねく満ちて果てしなく神計らいはくすしくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我ら今月今日やび祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえ祭らん神の慰霊を仰ぎ祭らん
指導拝礼。指導拝礼。Mitama Prayer, page 12. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you are given a gift of life in this universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your standard years. You will be remembered eternally. Your life you know from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you enter the Konko faith. You are aware of Konko, respecting the will of the divine parent. You are not straying your faith to take into the world beyond and lead to your descendants. Our gratitude is found
spirits of our own divine spirits, please teach us that by us each and every one receive the favor of family and help us fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, and reach us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we may hand down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, and reach us. 喜怒哀乐。立教神殿。この平気流境に声生え差し止めるから、その分に承知してくれ。外家業いたし、農業へで人が願いで呼びに来戻り、願いが済み、また農へで、またも呼びに来、農業する間もなし、した人も待ち、両方の差し支えに相なる。なんと家業をやめてくれぬか。その奉仕12歳の年には、病気で主も手を離し、心配いたし、神仏で願い、おかげで全快いたし、その時死んだと思うて、欲を離して天地神の神を助けてくれ。家内もご気になったと思ってくれ。ご気よりまし、物言われ相談もない。子供を連れてぼとぼと農業をしよってくれ。この方のように実に丁寧神信心いたしおる事故が世間に何本も難儀なうじこあり、問い次ぎ助けてやってくれ。神も助かり、うじこも立ち行く。うじこあっての神、神あってのうじこ、繁盛いたし、すえずえ親にかかり、子にかかり、愛をかけようで立ち行く。Let's read page 70 together, the divine message received on November 15, 1859. With the completion of this sacred staff, I will end your farming career. Please understand, when you are out farming, the person at home has to go out and call you whenever someone comes to give a request.
And after you relay the request, you have to go back out again. You have to keep going in and out of the field. This gives you little time for farming, and the worshiper must also wait for you. Both you and the worshiper are being inconvenienced. Won't you stop farming? When you were gravely ill at 42, the doctor gave up hope. Everyone worried about you. You prayed to the kamis and Buddhas and were blessed with complete recovery. Regard this event as your death. Dispel all desires and sentenshi no kami. Also, your wife should consider herself a widow. This is better than being a real widow, as she can still talk to you and discuss matters. She should take the children with her to be the farmer. There are many people like yourselves who have sincere faith in Kami, but still have many problems. Help these people by performing mediation. This will help Kami and save people. People exist because of Kami, and Kami exists because of people. Thus, Kami supports people as Kami's children, and people support Kami as their parent. There will be eternal prosperity through Ayo-Kakyo, mutual interdependency. Page 73, the Konko Faith Our Creed. We believe in Tenshi no Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Our founder Konko Daijin brings Kami's revelations and has divine mediator answer the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami. Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith and service to Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us, fears one with Kami, care with us eternally. Respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity towards spiritual fulfillment. Good morning, everyone. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Does anybody watch the Super Bowl? I kind of watch it for the commercials only, but I'm not really a sports person. But today, the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers are going to play. But I am rooting for the 49ers because my brother, he's in San Francisco right now doing Goyo. So I am rooting for the 49ers actually. But I don't care who wins actually, but I do wish for the safety of all players and no one gets hurt and they have a really good game. Also, happy Chinese New Year yesterday. Did you guys get to eat some gao or have some fireworks? When you had the Super Bowl tickets, I didn't realize how expensive the tickets were. You know, in my head I thought maybe it's about $1,000 expensive. But I looked online and it could go from like anywhere from $5,000 a ticket to the most expensive, like the nosebleed zone, is $196,875 for the premium seats up at the front where you could probably get tackled too. So that information was on StubHub, but I thought, wow, you know, I guess those really rich people will get to enjoy the real game. So yeah, I just hope they have a good game today. Anyways, I think some of you have heard the chickens in our yard through the Facebook. You can hear the chickens in the yard sometimes crowing. And, just recently, there's been a mama hen. And she's been roaming around our church yard with her children, 11 of them, 11 chickies. 12 now. Really? Okay, the last time I counted it was 11, but now my mom said there's 12. And yesterday, when I was looking in the yard, the mama chicken, I saw her. Her arms were like this, and she looked like she had 12 legs. And then I looked, I said, "There's 12 legs this chicken has," and it was all those chickies that she was protecting, keeping warm, keeping safe, because we have cats in the yard too. And it's amazing that gaze that she gives to the glare, more like, to the cats that try to licking their lips and man, delicious looking chicks there. So our Chagamaru, one of the cats that hangs out at our church, he kind of like shakes his booty and he's like, oh, I want to eat one of those chickens. And I say, no, Chagamaru. But it's so funny because when he tries to approach, even come close to, like a meter close to the hen, she says something, and something in her chicken language. She's like, you know, it's like, oh, you dare eat one of my chicks? I'm gonna pick your eyeballs out. But it's like, wow, the nature is amazing how she's able to protect her children in that manner, and the energy that she's able to give to the cat is far stronger than the cat's desire to eat one of those chicks. So it's like how I'm so amazed at how nature works, how Kami-sama makes everything work like that. And hontoni, I could just see the little chickies go a little bit bigger every day too. And it's like all these little miracles I see. It's just so fascinating. So it's good to observe nature, you know, and not just focus on your cell phones all day long. But look out into nature, the smell of the environment, the trees, the grasses that grow, the flowers, you know, the cats in the yard. Just absorb all that. Yeah, and I think it's really good for our mental health as well. Anyway, I just thought that was fascinating. I wanted to share with you. Okay, well, this summer we're going to go to Japan. It's not summer yet, but we are planning to go to Japan again. And this is like my husband's annual vacation after a really hard year. You know, he deserves this. And we're going to take the two girls with us again from karate. And they joined us for our trip last year as well. And they had such a good time and that they're going to come with us again. And last night, Clayton texted these girls and said, where do you want to go? Because this time we're going to go to Tohoku region, which is the northern part of Japan. We're like in the Hokkaido. We're going to go to Hokkaido, Hakodate, Aomori, and then Tokyo. So the northern part. So he asked the girls, where do you want to go this time? And this morning when we checked our text, one of the girls, Sherry, she was like, oh, I want to go to like this rabbit cafe, this reptile cafe, and this beautiful garden in Hakodate. I forgot, I think it was Hakodate. But she also did say, but one idea that I love the most, and she said, quote, I do hope that we can visit any of Edna's Konko Japan churches. That really made me happy. Because I did not expect that from her, you know. Because last year we did take the girls, the four of us, we did go to the Konko Church headquarters in Okayama, Japan, and we also went to one of my friend's church in Hyogo Prefecture. And so we visited two Konko affiliated places last year. And before I took them, I knew something really good were going to happen to these two girls. Because anytime you go to a Konko church, it's like the moment you step in, it's like you're already receiving a lot of Kami-sama's blessings. So that thought of, hey, I want to go to check out one of the churches or some of the few churches in the Tohoku region, which just that thought, I think Kami-sama is really happy, and it really made me happy too. Because actually, to tell you the truth, when we're planning any trip to Japan, I always check where there is a church nearby. Because it's like, church has been my life. And church has been the reason why I've been receiving so many blessings. So I don't want to take out the church completely from any trip. So if there's a church nearby, I do want to visit. And because before, it's like, I don't know, we were raised in more like a really strict environment, strictly religious environment, where I grew up with a mentality where if it's not Goyo means church related or any kind of task related to Kami-sama. If it's not Goyo, then I mustn't go, you know. Or if I'm not allowed, it's like it felt like I was not allowed to have fun. Like it has to be Goyo. Like going to Japan, I cannot just go for vacation. That was a mentality that I grew up with. So the first time I did go for leisure only was when I went with Clayton and his family to Japan, because they had never been to Japan before, so I just kind of tagged along as like an interpreter. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to Japan for the first time for leisure. Is this okay? And in my heart, I was like, oh, I hope I don't get bachi. It's like a non-church related function. I was kind of scared actually. I was like, oh, I don't get bachi. But, and then above that, Clayton's dad put us on first class. I was like, oh no, even more so, I don't deserve this. And I even told the dad, I said, no, I have a job, I make money. You don't have to put me in first class, please. You don't. I mean, I'm fine in economy. You guys go in first class, I'm fine in economy. But he says, nope. I was like, oh no. So I felt really bad. I'm thankful, really thankful, but I felt guilty. But the least I can do, because we're not going to go to Gohonbu, because we're going to stay only in Tokyo, the least I could do is visit a church in the Tokyo region. So I was like, oh, we're going to go to Akihabara, so we can go to the Konko Church of Tokyo. So that made me feel at ease. So I always keep in mind that all trips, everything is possible because of Kami-sama, and I mustn't forget that. And if I always remember that, it's through Kami-sama's blessings that I am able to live in abundance. Then you can continue to live in abundance. I remember the Konko-sama, the fifth, his son, Reverend Kyoji Konko, he did a sermon at the Konko Church of North America conference many years ago. It was almost like 20 years ago, I remember. And in his sermon, he said, we are allowed to live in abundance. You can, it's totally fine. Because in my mentality, I thought we're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to eat good food. We're not allowed to go to fun places. But he said we can, if we keep the factor that it's through Kami-sama's blessings that we're allowed to do that. So that kind of saved me. And that's how I was able to go to Japan with Clayton and his family with peace of mind. And that trip was extremely fun, and I did feel that Kami-sama tagged along with us every moment of our trip. So, that statement that Sherry made this morning, let's visit a Konko Church. I was like, what made her want to say that, to me, I would think, Konko Church may not be fun to these girls because they don't know Konko-kyo. But for her to say that, it was really, it made me really happy. Because when we took them to Gohonbu the last time, I knew that before they went to Japan, their energy level was kind of low. It's like things weren't really working out very good. But it's like, seems like after that trip that we went to Gohonbu, it's like things have really been going well for the two of them. Actually, for all of us. And maybe they can feel that, maybe. So we're looking forward to going to some of the churches in the Tohoku region. I'm really, really excited about that. Never forget that everything is possible, that all comes from blessings. Just yesterday, we attended the Konko Missions in Hawaii general meeting. And towards the end of the meeting, we're kind of going overtime. We're just discussing about ways to bring in more people to the church. Because, membership doesn't really grow in the Konko faith. And they're just talking. It's, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that. But it's like, all these suggestions, they really don't work. So and they're even saying, our Gunpla workshops, they attract a lot of people. We have them every month at the Honolulu church. They attract 50 to 70 people every time. And one of the people suggested, why don't we invite them to some church events? And I said, I don't know if that's going to work. They just like being there at that Gunpla workshop. And for me, I said, they receive blessings just by stepping in to the church facility, I said. And that's fine. We don't have to, pull them to like church services or tell them to go to a Tohoku or nothing like that. All you gotta do is just step into the Konko Church and bam, or you receive blessings. And we kind of see so many people, they, the first few times they seem kind of like dark, but like they keep coming back to the Gunpla workshops held at the Konko Mission of Honolulu. Monthly they come, and you can see them slowly opening up their clamshell heart, and they come a little bit more brighter, their facial expressions getting a little bit brighter, they're able to talk more, and I think that's a really big divine blessing itself. So the main thing I pointed out of attracting new people to the church is, just like the sermon I said 2 weeks ago, it has to activate all 5 senses for a church to be attractive. So I say, is our church doing that? Is the membership friendly? When a new person comes in, do we just give them stares? Or do we say, hey, welcome, hey, what's your name? Or do we introduce ourselves in a really bright manner? Or do we just treat them like strangers and keep them strangers, How does the church activate our hearing, our hearing senses, our eyes? Is it enticing? It's like, just like the Catholic or Christian churches, you go inside, it's like, wow, it's big, beautiful, inside, cathedrals, high ceilings, the pipe organs, it activates the ears, and the communion, the little chippies they give you, and the red wine. It's like it activates all 5 senses. The people are welcoming. You go into a Buddhist temple, it's like, bam, it's a beautiful gold altar, everything is sparkly, shiny, the smell of incense, the gong, the okyo, namma horenge koka. It's like, it activates all the senses. Is our Konko Church doing that? We have to ask that question, I said. And, how about our taste? Well, we serving good food. And then one lady, she sarcastically said, so what, are we supposed to serve good food or something? And I was like, I maybe want to say, yes. That's the very thing that attracted me to the services every time. When I was little, I didn't care about their sermons. I didn't understand them. I didn't understand the meaning of going to church, but I always asked my mom, okay, like my mom would say, oh, today we're going to have a service at Honolulu Church, or at Waipahu Church. And I always ask, is there going to be food? Onorai. Like, I always ask, is there onorai? And she said, oh, yeah, there's going to be onorai. I said, yes. Because that's what attracted me to the church, So I said that during yesterday's meeting, and I think that's why it's important. Any church, any business has to activate all our 5 senses. No, maybe 6 senses. You go inside, you feel safe, you feel welcome, All that is taken into factor, and it'll be a really good church, I think. I want to help build that kind of church, We have a lot of things to work on, but together, I think I want to build that kind of a church. But anyway, there's something extra I want to add in. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a great new week.
Thank you for joining today's service. We have been holding children study Zoom session twice a month, on Wednesday. And last meeting was Wednesday. The topic was Okage, the nature of Okage. I want to introduce one message. Everyone asked me to give them divine blessings. But do they understand what divine blessings are? Divine blessings are not limited to just having one's wishes granted. For some people, death is a divine blessing. Others are saved from death through divine blessings. Since everything is governed by karma, people should always depend on the pure karma. Even though it may seem like an inconvenience at the time, if you continue to practice faith without going against karma's will, you will later realize blessings is not worth practicing faith if you do not understand and follow these teachings. They quoted from Konko Church, number 35 and 1 and 2. So, Kyo-sama used one of the used term is Okage. Is like the Kyoten Korikai we have most frequent used term Okage. But Okage is a very deep and wide meanings. In Japan, we just say Okage-sama de. This is a general expression, not only Konko people, but anybody else. Okage-sama de genki desu. Okage-sama de. They are aware of maybe unseen element that help us to live. So people in Japan naturally maybe have the mentality aware of something support them, something sustain our lives. But we can clearly identify something is there to help us. So Okage-sama de is the response from the Japanese people. We say that ikasarete ikitiyo. We've been living because of the interdependent nature of everything in our life. We depend on everything. One thing I want to share while listening to Edna Sensei's speeches, I remember my mother. I am one of the 8 children of the family, and the eldest brother always stayed at his native house, didn't go out. But every 7 children went out to the house, to Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, Kagawa, and so forth. So every time one of the children goes out to the house, my mother tried to introduce a church in that area. In my case, I said that Kyoto, and she came over. She took me to accompanied to Kyoto to find out one church, Nishi-Hichijo Church in Kyoto. And then when I went to Tokyo, she introduced me to the Konko Church of Tokyo. And every children has their own place to visit, of their places. So this is a kind of investment for our children to keep the tradition of Konko Kyo. Try to establish relationship with Konko Kyo. So when I think of this, our parents so ingenious how we can pass on the Konko tradition to the family members. This is one. In one of the nature のおかげです。Konko様 said, いつも豆ながありがたい。痛いのがありがたいので、いつも豆がありがたい。Being healed or illness is not a blessing. But being in good health is a blessing. If we can understand this nature of the blessing, we may keep on living. I think I should say more there. ありがとうございました。
義あり本校大臣天に彼の神神に願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼み。Sincerely with all your heart, one with begin with heart grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to come always, now and forever, on this very day, pray. 本校大臣天地彼の神神に願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼み。Sincerely with all your heart, divine wisdom, Hami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day, pray.
Page 178. Middle part. 家吉。
家吉？
家吉。
OK？
はい、どうぞ。
見せないの。
そう、おやり。Ouch.
Yoshi also likes going to the river to fish and catch crabs and became quite
Adept.
adept.
Middle part. 家吉。
あ
live in the same.
長い家吉。
日本。
はい
ごめんなさい。
私読む。
タクさんどうぞ。
Ieyoshi lived in the same house as Hagio and his wife. Ieyoshi often helped at Konko Dajin's worship hall. He and Hagio assisted in maintaining the worship hall area by removing fencing, restacking lumber, trimming trees, leveling the ground, and repairing the floor. On November 7, 1877, a service day for the village deity, he and Hagio offered 38 persimmons to Kami, which they had picked. When the new monetary system using the yen was initiated in 1871, the old form of currency had to be collected, whereupon Ieyoshi and Hagio were requested to make a box to collect the old currency for a later exchange. They were also told by Kami not to have regrets about any financial loss due to the exchange, since Kami would make up the loss.
He also liked going to the river to fish and catch crabs and became quite addicted at this activity. Since he was such a capable swimmer as well, nearby fishermen nicknamed him Aquaman of Otani.
On December 1st, 1877, Konko Daijin was told to share the memoirs he had been writing with Iyayoshi and teach him things that would benefit him. Konko Daijin did so and also related Kami's blessings from the events recorded in his memoirs. This may have led Iyayoshi to follow Konko Daijin in his mediation activities, in contrast to Hagio, who performed a more administrative role. Iyayoshi would prepare sacred rice, and with Hagio made copies of the divine reminder to hand out, and always made himself available to help Konko Daijin.
On the morning of August 5th, 1880, Konko Daijin was informed that Iyayoshi and Kyo's child would be born at 12 noon. During these morning hours, Kyo's labor began and continued for several hours, creating concern for all. Konko Daijin told everyone of Kami's presence and therefore not to worry. Yet Iyayoshi informed his father once again that the labor pains continued uninterrupted. In response, Iyayoshi was told to have Kyo sip some sacred sake and spray some on her belly, whereupon the baby was born. Iyayoshi felt relief, as did his father. They both gave thanks to Kami. On the seventh night after the birth, a celebration was held for the newborn child, who was given the name Setsutane Kiyomasa, called Setsutane. Some months later, believers saw Konko Daijin worshipping at the altar while holding Setsutane and commented that it seemed like he was very carefully holding a bear cub.
Early in the morning of December 4th, 1881, Kami revealed that Kyo would give birth to a son on December 12th. However, an unavoidable situation arose whereby Tose would be away at about the same time. Since she was concerned her absence would leave Kyo without the needed assistance when giving birth, Konko Daijin was told the baby's delivery would be delayed so Tose could make the trip and return by December 21. On December 21st, Iyayoshi informed his father a female baby was born, which differed from Kami's initial revelation that the child would be a boy. Kyo's father came to see his daughter and new grandbaby, and also to give thanks to Kami. During this visit, he commented to Konko Daijin that his daughter did not appear as though she just gave birth and looked well. The newborn baby was named Hifuno.
On the same day, Kyo was informed about her pregnancy. There was another revelation about Hagio's wife, Yuki, her future pregnancy and birth of Edna. Kami stated Yuki's pregnancy would occur on June 16, 1882, and when his daughter grew older, she was to marry Setsutane as revealed. Yuki gave birth to her first daughter, Shikiko, the following year, and upon reaching another point, she married her cousin Setsutane in 1898.
Good morning. ただいまから歌を4つ歌わせていただきます。We're going to 4 songs. 新人の栄光、page 57。よろしくお願いいたします。He smells like Cheerios.
Page 46.
With a heart caught up in doubt and worry, I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear, soaring in my heart. Still I know, even one as small as I can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light flowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. When I'm down and ready to surrender,
りがとうございました。Please take care オンラインの方。
義に金光大臣天地金の神一瞬に願いおかげを我が心にあり今月の日礼頼め Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's lessons begin within, grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day, pray. 義に金光大臣天地金の神一瞬に願いおかげを我が心にあり今月今日で頼め Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's presence begin within, is grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day, pray.
はい、ありがとうございました。
はい、ありがとうございました。Thank you for watching. Thank you, May. Have a good week.